Welcome to the Atlantic Ocean. Did you know that the surface water of the Atlantic Ocean is saltier than any other ocean in the world? Especially between latitudes 20 degrees and 30 degrees north, this salty secret has puzzled sailors and scientists for centuries. Long ago, explorers noticed that ships crossing this part of the ocean seemed to sail through a thicker, heavier water. This high salinity is caused by low rainfall and intense evaporation in the region, creating waters that are denser and shimmering under the sun in a way you won't forget. The Atlantic Ocean, a vast, endless blue that stretches from the icy Arctic in the north to the warm Caribbean in the south. From its sparkling waves to its endless horizon, it's a place that feels both powerful and calming at the same time. But what makes the Atlantic so unique, holding so many secrets across its mighty waves? Stay with me, because we're about to explore the amazing places along the Atlantic Ocean. Hidden gems, breathtaking sights, and incredible stories that most people never talk about. A beach that glows red under the sun hides one of Iceland's darkest tales. This is Rauðisandur Beach. The color of the sand comes from centuries of crushed scallop shells, creating shades from red to pink, depending on sunlight and season. Rauðisandur stretches about 10 kilometers along Iceland's Westfjords coast, offering sweeping views of the Atlantic. The beach is home to wildlife, including seals and seabirds, making it a haven for nature enthusiasts. In the early 1800s, the Sjónda farm beside the beach became the site of a notorious crime known as the murders at Sjónda. Two couples were involved in a forbidden love affair that ended with the brutal murders of their spouses. Bjarni Bjarnason and Steinunn Sveinsdóttir admitted to the killings, and both faced death sentences. Bjarni was executed, while Steinunn died in prison. The crime inspired Icelandic author Gunnar Gunnarsson's novel Svartfugl, The Black Cliffs, cementing the story in Icelandic culture. Rauðisandur remains a peaceful but eerie location, where visitors can walk the glowing red sand while reflecting on its dark history. Now, before we move on to the next destination, here's a fun question for you. What is the average depth of the Atlantic Ocean? Comment your answer. Imagine a place where glaciers, volcanoes, and ocean cliffs meet in one breathtaking view. Welcome to Snæfellsnes Peninsula in western Iceland. Snæfellsnes Peninsula lies in western Iceland west of Borgarfjörður. At its western tip, the glacier-capped Snæfellsjökull volcano rises 1,446 meters and can be seen from Reykjavik on clear days. Snæfellsjökull inspired Jules Verne's novel Journey to the Center of the Earth and is part of one of Iceland's 4 national parks. The peninsula hosts 323 species of flowering plants and ferns, many typical of Iceland's boreal birch forests and alpine tundra. Over 60 bird species nest in the area, including puffins on the western coast, short-eared owls, and white-tailed eagles. Breiðafjörður Bay supports extensive kelp forests, seal colonies, and regular sightings of killer whales and other marine life. Snæfellsnes became the first EarthCheck certified community in Iceland and Europe, demonstrating long-term commitment to sustainability. The peninsula also preserves local history, including sites from the Laxdæla saga and landmarks like the Ingjaldsholt Church. If you are watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. The Reykjanes Peninsula stretches southwest of Reykjavik and is home to Iceland's main international airport in Keflavik. It sits on the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates meet. This makes Reykjanes one of the few places in the world where you can see a plate boundary above ground. The landscape is shaped by lava fields, steaming geothermal areas, and jagged coastlines. Volcanoes like Fagradalsfjall, Litli Hrútur, and Sundhnúkagigar have erupted recently, creating new craters and lava flows that attract scientists, hikers, and photographers. Reykjanes Viti, Iceland's oldest lighthouse, still guides ships through the rough waters of the North Atlantic. Reykjanes blends active geology, history, and tourism, offering visitors lava fields, hot springs, coastal villages, and the chance to see Iceland's dramatic natural energy up close. Over 100,000 years ago, a vast ocean covered southern Florida. Coral reefs stretched as far as the eye could see, slowly rising and forming islands. Today, those islands are called the Florida Keys, a paradise shaped by time and tides. The entire archipelago stretches over 120 miles, separating the Atlantic Ocean from the Gulf of Mexico. The northern Keys, like Key Largo, are mostly made of exposed coral reefs called Key Largo limestone. As sea levels changed, parts of the reef were eroded and reformed into harder rocks that now appear as outcrops across the islands. Behind the reefs, shallow seas collected tiny sand grains and the remains of small marine animals, forming the Miami limestone that underlies many of the lower keys. To the west, near Key West, the islands are covered by soft calcareous sand, shaped by ancient tidal channels. These channels cut through the old deposits and form the perpendicular pattern of the lower keys we see today. Did you know Clearwater Beach was once ranked the best beach in the entire United States by TripAdvisor? This barrier island in Florida stretches for 2.5 miles, with powdery white sand and sparkling blue waters. A full marina on the Intracoastal Waterway lets visitors take boats out for fishing trips or dolphin watching tours. A short bridge connects Clearwater Beach to Sand Key, where Sand Key Park offers quiet spots and nature trails. Restaurants, shops, parasailing, jet skis, miniature golf, and pirate ship cruises make the beach a hub of fun activities. The resorts here are among the top-rated spots for travelers looking for luxury right on the shoreline. With warm temperatures year-round, summer brings refreshing sea breezes, while winter remains mild and pleasant. Nearly two-thirds of the yearly rainfall happens between June and September, giving the beach its lush green surroundings. Clearwater Beach combines natural beauty, adventure, and comfort, making it a must-visit spot for anyone traveling to Florida. A stretch of more than 365 islands and cays forms the picturesque Exuma district in the Bahamas. Great Exuma, joined to Little Exuma by a bridge, is the largest island and home to Georgetown, the district's main settlement. The islands are famous for white sand beaches, turquoise waters, and natural attractions like Tropic of Cancer Beach. Settled by American loyalists in the late 18th century, Exuma's early economy focused on cotton plantations worked by enslaved people. Georgetown was named to honor George III, reflecting the settlers' continued loyalty to the crown. The islands have inspired films, novels, and music videos, including scenes from Pirates of the Caribbean and Thunderball. Today, the islands attract yachters, divers, and tourists seeking both adventure and pristine natural beauty. Bermuda is a British overseas territory in the North Atlantic, about 1,035 kilometers east of North Carolina, USA. It consists of 181 islands, with 5 main islands connected by bridges, forming a continuous land area of 54 square kilometers. The islands have a tropical climate, with warm winters, hot summers, high humidity, and relatively stable temperatures year-round. Bermuda is occasionally affected by tropical cyclones, but surrounding coral reefs and its northern location reduce their impact. Historically, Bermuda is the last territory of British North America and maintains strong ties with the US, Canada, and Caribbean nations. Geologically, the islands sit on the Bermuda Pedestal, a volcanic rise beneath the sea, with a limestone cap formed by coral and algae over thousands of years. Wind-blown sands during glacial periods created hardened limestone dunes, resulting in karst landscapes with caves and hills. Bermuda's caves, like those in the Walsingham Formation, and the limestone cliffs along the coast, make it a dramatic and unique destination for travelers. Would you check out this amazing place? Comment 1 if you've been, or 2 if you're adding it to your bucket list. A town named after the king of Roman gods. That's Jupiter, the northernmost town in Palm Beach County, Florida. Just 84 miles north of Miami, Jupiter feels like a peaceful escape, but still close to the big city energy. It's often ranked as one of America's happiest seaside towns, and once you see it, you'll understand why. Long ago, the land belonged to the Hope tribe, and through a mix-up in maps and languages, their name transformed into Jupiter. That gave the town a mythological touch, even inspiring the nearby town to call itself Juno Beach. History also runs deep here. In 1838, battles of the Seminole Wars took place near the Loxahatchee River. The town's most iconic landmark is the Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse, standing since 1860, shining as a symbol of strength through hurricanes and time. Jupiter's coast juts farther into the Atlantic than any other point in Florida, making it an important stop for ships for centuries. Imagine standing between two steep mountains, watching ice flow from Europe's largest glacier. This is Svinafellsjökull Glacier. The glacier is an outlet of Vatnajökull and extends down from Öræfajökull at around 2,000 meters above sea level. Svinafellsjökull sits in East Iceland and can be reached from nearby towns such as Hofen. The glacier is part of the Sviafellsjökull Nature Reserve, a place famous for hiking, photography, and glacier tours. Its ice formations create dramatic crevasses, seracs, and ridges that change constantly with the seasons. Over recent years, melting has formed a glacier lagoon at its base, revealing the effects of climate change in Iceland. Access to the glacier itself is restricted due to safety risks from unstable ice and potential ice avalanches. Despite the restrictions, the area around Svinafellsjökull remains a top destination for visitors seeking to witness raw glacial power safely. We pull info from all over. Spot something off or want to add? Drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Key West is the southernmost city in the entire United States. Just a little farther, and you'd be in Cuba. This tiny island is where history, culture, and paradise collide. The island is only about 4 miles long and 1 mile wide, yet it holds a full city with more than 26,000 residents. It is the county seat of Monroe County, which also includes the Florida Keys and part of the Everglades. By air, Key West is around 130 miles from Miami, but it's only 95 miles from Cuba at the closest point. That makes it feel both American and Caribbean at the same time. The official city motto here is "One Human Family," a phrase that highlights the island's tradition of welcoming everyone. Key West is also the westernmost island you can reach by highway in the Florida Keys. The climate is tropical with warm weather almost all year. Summers rarely get above 95 degrees and winters stay mild, with the record low only 41 degrees. Thanks to the ocean breezes and trade winds, the island avoids extreme heat, making it comfortable compared to much of the southeastern U.S. That's one reason why so many travelers choose this small island at the end of the road. Far out in the Atlantic Ocean, Nantucket sits quietly off the coast of Massachusetts. Along with Tuckernuck and Muskeget, it forms a unique island town and county all in one. English settlers, led by Tristram Coffin, arrived in 1659 and established the island's first permanent community. The original town, called Sherburne, was moved in 1795 to a better harbor and renamed Nantucket. In the 1700s, Nantucket became a global center for whaling, with small boats and local sailors hunting whales along the coast. Visitors explore its preserved 18th and 19th century architecture, enjoy the beaches, and discover the island's rich history. Nestled on the island of New Providence, Nassau serves as the vibrant heart of the Bahamas. It is home to nearly 3/4 of the country's population, making it the dominant city in both size and influence. The city hosts the central government, courts, schools, and media outlets, anchoring the nation's political and cultural life. Linden-Pindling International Airport connects Nassau to cities across North America, the Caribbean, and Europe. Nassau's history is marked by loyalist settlers arriving after the American Revolution, who brought enslaved people to work on plantations. Later, freed Africans settled in neighborhoods such as Grantstown and Baintown, contributing to the city's diverse communities. The northern coastal ridges historically housed residents of European descent, while the southern over-the-hill areas became centers of Afro-Bahamian culture. From pirate stronghold to modern capital, Nassau blends historical legacy with thriving urban life and tropical charm. Imagine a city where colorful boats glide along peaceful canals, and centuries of history whisper from every corner. Welcome to Aveiro, Portugal's hidden gem, often called the Venice of Portugal. Long before modern times, people settled here, drawn by the river mouth and its rich salt lands. In the Middle Ages, Aveiro thrived as a center of salt production and trade, catching the eye of Portuguese royalty. Princess Street Joanna even lived here, bringing prestige and growth to the town. Walking through the canals today, you can still feel the echoes of its maritime past and see the charming molicero boats bobbing gently on the water. Historic churches and colorful Art Nouveau buildings line the streets, telling stories of centuries gone by. Despite storms, economic challenges, and shifting waterways, Aveiro has always bounced back, blending history, culture, and beauty in every corner. Ocho Rios, or Ochi, as locals lovingly call it, is perched on Jamaica's stunning north coast. Though its name means 8 rivers, the real magic comes from the nearby waterfalls, especially the world-famous Dunn's River Falls. Over the years, Ocho Rios has grown into a bustling tourist hotspot, with beaches, resorts, and a lively cruise port. The town's vibrant streets are full of music, local markets, and the aroma of delicious Jamaican cuisine. Even though it has modern attractions, you can still feel the charm of its small village beginnings. Ocho Rios perfectly blends natural beauty, history, and thrilling experiences into one unforgettable destination. Peniche rises from a rocky Atlantic peninsula shaped by dramatic geological events over millions of years. Its beaches are famous worldwide for surfing, with super tubos producing fast, tubular waves known as the European Pipeline. White windmills and small chapel punctuate the coast, reflecting centuries of human settlement. Artists have long been drawn to Peniche, capturing its harbor, beaches, and changing light in their paintings. The Atlantic's influence keeps Peniche's climate mild, with cool summers and temperate winters. Geologists study the area as a rare record of the early Jurassic extinction and the Toarcian turnover. Surfing competitions and festivals bring international visitors eager to ride its legendary waves. The peninsula's coastline combines dramatic cliffs, soft sand, and historical structures unique to Portugal. More ships leave from this city's port than anywhere else in the world. Miami is the busiest cruise port on Earth. It is home to over 6 million people in its metropolitan area, making it the largest urban region in Florida. Around 70% of its residents have Hispanic or Latino roots, which explains why Spanish is spoken as much as English. The city is deeply connected to Latin America through business, culture, and family ties, earning it the nickname Gateway to the Americas. It has more than 300 high-rise buildings, with 70 taller than 150 meters. Its economy is strong, with banking, international trade, and tourism as major pillars, creating one of the richest metropolitan areas in the country. Miami's warm tropical climate attracts millions of visitors each year, especially during the winter when other U.S. cities are cold. The city's diversity is visible in its food, festivals, and neighborhoods, shaped by Cuban, Haitian, Colombian, and many other communities. Together, these elements make Miami a city where international culture, business, and leisure all meet by the Atlantic coast. Did you know the Outer Banks are home to hundreds of shipwrecks? So many, in fact, that sailors call these waters the graveyard of the Atlantic. But don't worry. Today, instead of wrecks, visitors discover miles of peaceful beaches and unforgettable sunsets. The Outer Banks stretch for almost 200 miles off the coast of North Carolina and Virginia. They form a natural barrier between the Atlantic Ocean and the quiet sounds like Currituck, Albemarle, and Pamlico. These islands are more than just beaches. They hold some of the earliest chapters of American history. In 1587, the English Roanoke colony settled here, only to vanish without a trace. To this day, no one knows what happened to them. It was also here that Virginia Dare was born, the first English child in the Americas. Her story became part of the mystery that still surrounds Roanoke Island. Fast forward to 1903, and the Wright brothers chose the windswept dunes of Kill Devil Hills for their first powered flight. Some places, like Hatteras Island, have lost almost a quarter of their width in just a few decades. These challenges remind us how fragile and unique the Outer Banks really are. Here's something you probably didn't know. The name Boca Raton literally means mouse mouth in Spanish. Sounds funny, right? But behind that odd name hides a city of elegance, technology, and culture that surprises almost everyone who visits. The city was first incorporated in 1924, and just a year later, it became officially known as Boca Raton. Much of its look today comes from architect Addison Misner, who in the 1920s designed buildings in Mediterranean and Spanish colonial styles. In the early 1980s, IBM chose this city to design and build the first personal computer, a machine that changed how people all over the world live and work. The town center at Boca Raton is one of the largest shopping malls in South Florida. What makes Boca stand out even more is how carefully it manages its growth. The city has strict rules about signs and billboards, so major roads stay clear of clutter, lined instead with green spaces and palm trees. That choice makes driving through Boca feel different from almost anywhere else in Florida. Over 8.4 million people live in New York City, making it the most populous city in the United States. Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island, each with its own identity. More than 800 languages are spoken here, making it the most linguistically diverse city in the world. New York traces its history back to 1624, when Dutch settlers founded a trading post on Manhattan Island. It became an English colony in 1664 and was briefly the capital of the United States from 1785 to 1790. Today, the city's economy is larger than that of many countries, with Wall Street anchoring global finance. New York is also home to the United Nations headquarters, placing it at the center of international diplomacy. Its cultural influence is vast, from theaters and world-class museums to music and food, born from immigrant traditions. For visitors, New York offers a direct view of how history, culture, and global connections continue to shape daily life. The first shots of the American Revolution rang out in and around this city, forever changing the future of the United States. Boston was founded in 1630 by English Puritans, making it one of the oldest cities in the country. It quickly became a center of colonial life, with a busy port that connected New England to Europe and the Caribbean. By the 1770s, Boston was at the heart of resistance to British rule, with events like the Boston Massacre and the Boston Tea Party sparking nationwide rebellion. Paul Revere's famous Midnight Ride began here, warning militias of approaching British forces in 1775. The city was also the site of the Battle of Bunker Hill, an early clash that showed the colonies could stand against the world's strongest army. After independence, Boston grew into a hub for education, creating institutions like Harvard and Boston University. It was also a birthplace for American innovation, with the nation's first public school and the first subway system. Chincoteague is a small town on Virginia's eastern shore. It sits on Chincoteague Island and serves as the main gateway to the protected Chincoteague Island National Wildlife Refuge. Much of the town is water. More than 75% of its area is covered by creeks, channels, and marshes. The island's name comes from the Native American word Chincoteague, but the spelling Chincoteague was officially adopted in 1943. English settlers arrived in the 1600s, and by 1672, large farms were already established across the island. In 1861, when Virginia chose to secede from the Union, Chincoteague voted almost unanimously to stay loyal to the United States. The island was devastated by the Ash Wednesday storm of 1962, which flooded the entire town and destroyed nearly every structure on nearby Chincoteague. As a result, most of Chincoteague was preserved and later became the Chincoteague Island National Seashore in 1965. Today, landmarks like the Chincoteague Lighthouse and the Captain Timothy Hill House keep the town's long and surprising history alive. Over 20 million visitors come here every year, making it one of the most popular beach destinations in the United States. The city sits at the center of the Grand Strand, a 60-mile stretch of uninterrupted sandy shoreline along South Carolina's coast. The subtropical climate keeps winters mild, which attracts travelers from colder states looking for warmth and sunshine. Golf is a major draw, with more than 80 courses available, many of them championship level and designed by famous architects. The city offers nearly 1,800 restaurants, serving everything from seafood caught offshore to southern specialties. Myrtle Beach also has roots in history. The land was once home to the Waccamaw people before European settlers arrived. In the early 20th century, the area began to grow as a resort town after the construction of a railroad and its first hotel, the Seaside Inn. Myrtle Beach is known as both a family destination and a hub for entertainment, dining, and recreation along the Atlantic. Cocoa Beach began as a small community in the late 19th century and officially incorporated as a city in 1957. Its population grew quickly in the 1960s when the nearby Kennedy Space Center brought thousands of workers and families to the area. Astronauts became local heroes, and after space flights, the town often held parades in their honor. By 1970, the city had seen a population increase of more than 1,000% compared to the 1950s. The space industry created jobs, but also caused hardships when programs ended, leading to layoffs and an unstable housing market. Cocoa Beach is known for surfing, local festivals, and its continuing ties to America's space program. Newport sits on Aquidneck Island in Narragansett Bay, just a short drive from Providence and Boston. It became America's playground for the rich during the Gilded Age, when families like the Vanderbilts built their grand summer mansions here. These mansions still stand today, offering a glimpse into the extravagant lifestyle of America's wealthiest families. The city's identity is also tied to the ocean, with a deep sailing tradition that hosted every America's Cup race from 1930 to 1983. Newport is not just about leisure. It also houses the Naval War College and the Naval Undersea Warfare Center, vital parts of U.S. naval history. Its colonial streets and preserved buildings remind visitors that Newport was once a major 18th century port city. Even U.S. presidents like Eisenhower and Kennedy chose Newport as their summer retreat. Today, Newport blends luxury, history, and maritime culture, making it one of New England's most iconic coastal destinations. Providence had struck the first blow against British rule by burning a customs ship in 1772. This rebellious spirit traces back to its founder, Roger Williams, who left Massachusetts in 1636 to create a settlement based on freedom of belief. He named it Providence as a sign of gratitude for finding a safe haven guided by God's mercy. The city quickly grew as a port and later transformed into an early industrial powerhouse. Factories here produced textiles, silverware, and especially jewelry, earning Providence the nickname Jewelry Capital of the World. Brown University's move to Providence in 1770 marked its rise as the intellectual and cultural heart of Rhode Island. though it faced decline in the 20th century. Providence reinvented itself with river walks, parks, and a thriving arts scene. In summer, waves from the Atlantic turn Narragansett into one of New England's busiest surf spots. Southern swells from the open ocean create steady surf, drawing both beginners and experienced riders. The coastline here also acts as a natural buffer, keeping winters milder than areas farther inland. From May through November, skies stay bright and clear, offering long days of sunshine. This mix of gentle inlets and open Atlantic gives the town a unique balance of quiet and energy. The name Cape Cod first appeared in 1602, when an English explorer was struck by the number of cod in the surrounding waters. That abundance helped fuel a fishing industry that supported New England for centuries. The Cape itself reaches far into the Atlantic, curving like an arm that shelters Cape Cod Bay. Since 1914, the Cape Cod Canal has cut across its base, shortening sea travel, avoiding the long sail around. Two highway bridge and a railway bridge link the Cape to the mainland, though it still feels set apart. Its long beaches face both the open Atlantic and the calmer waters of the bay, offering two very different coasts. Beyond the shore, salt marshlands stretch inland, forming a complex network of tidal channels and mudflats. These marshes provide vital habitats for fish, birds, and shellfish, and act as natural buffers against storms. The land is sandy and flat, shaped by glaciers thousands of years ago. Villages along the Cape grew from whaling ports and trading towns into centers of summer life. High above the Atlantic, the first rays of sunrise touched Cadillac Mountain in Acadia National Park, the tallest mountain on the U.S. East Coast. Acadia National Park is filled with granite domes, U-shaped valleys, and cobble beaches sculpted by ancient glaciers. The forests, meadows, lakes, and wetlands of Acadia provide habitats for a remarkable variety of plants and animals. The Wabanaki people lived in the area that is now Acadia National Park more than 10,000 years ago. European explorers visited Acadia in the 17th century, and later, summer visitors came seeking Maine's coastal beauty. Conservation leaders like George B. Dorr helped establish Acadia National Park, protecting its mountains, coastline, and ecosystems. Visitors to Acadia can hike, bike, kayak, or swim, experiencing inland lakes and the Atlantic shoreline in a single day. Camden, Maine rests along the Nassau River with scenic hills rising behind the harbor. Shipyards in Camden launched vessels that played a key role in the town's maritime history. Beginning in the 1880s, wealthy summer residents built elegant homes in Camden, blending European architectural styles with coastal charm. The harbor in Camden creates a natural stage for sailing, kayaking, and boating, with hills and forests forming a picturesque backdrop. Cultural life in Camden thrives through events like the Camden International Film Festival and sites honoring poet Edna St. Vincent Millay. Historic buildings along Camden's Main Street preserve the town's 19th century character. Filmmakers have used Camden as a location for movies, capturing its unique combination of sea, mountains, and architecture. Camden, Maine balances tourism with the preservation of natural and cultural heritage, keeping its history alive for visitors. The Thimble Islands are an archipelago of small granite islands in Long Island Sound, near Stony Creek in Branford, Connecticut. These islands are made from Stony Creek pink granite, which was once the tops of hills flattened by glaciers during the last ice age. The number of islands varies between 100 and 365, depending on which rocks are counted as separate islands. "23 of the islands are inhabited, most covered in trees, while others are barren or consist of reefs visible only at low tide. Native Americans of the Matabesek tribe called the islands Kutumquash, meaning the beautiful sea rocks. Several islands are privately owned today, which have been sold for varying amounts over recent decades. The islands provide a resting habitat for migrating seals and offer sheltered anchorage for boats on Long Island Sound. The Statue of Liberty is a neoclassical sculpture located on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. It was designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi and assembled with a metal framework created by Gustave Eiffel. The statue depicts a robed woman, inspired by the Roman goddess Libertas, holding a torch in her right hand and a tablet in her left inscribed with July 4, 1776. A broken chain lies beneath her left foot, symbolizing the abolition of slavery in the United States. The idea for the statue was proposed in 1865 by Edouard de la Boulaye to celebrate the U.S. centennial and the country's democratic principles. Before full construction, the statue's head and torch arm were exhibited at international expositions to raise awareness and support for the project. Joseph Pulitzer launched a fundraising campaign that collected over 120,000 donations from Americans, enabling the pedestal and statue to be completed. The statue was built in France, shipped in pieces to the United States, and assembled on Bedloes Island, which was later renamed Liberty Island. Since 1933, the Statue of Liberty has been maintained by the National Park Service as part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument and remains a symbol of freedom and immigration to the United States. Atlantic City sits on Absecon Island along the Jersey Shore and is famous for its Atlantic Ocean beaches and iconic boardwalk. The city is known as a resort destination with casinos, nightlife, and entertainment, earning the nickname Las Vegas of the East Coast. In 1976, New Jersey legalized casino gambling in Atlantic City, and the first casino opened 2 years later, transforming the local economy. The streets and landmarks of Atlantic City inspired the U.S. version of the board game Monopoly. From 1921 to 2004, Atlantic City hosted the Miss America pageant, which later returned between 2013 and 2018. Historic sections of Atlantic City reflect 19th century architecture and the city's evolution from a seaside retreat to a major tourist hub. Absecon Island's beaches in Atlantic City are known for both recreational swimming and seasonal surfing from the Atlantic Ocean swells. Today, Atlantic City continues to balance historic charm, oceanfront tourism, and a thriving entertainment and casino industry. Tampa is located on the Gulf Coast of Florida at the northern shore of Tampa Bay and the east shore of Old Tampa Bay. The city originated as a military outpost called Fort Brooke in the 19th century. Cuban, Spanish, and Italian immigrants settled in Tampa, establishing communities like Ybor City and West Tampa in the late 1800s. The cigar industry became a major economic driver, with factories in Tampa producing millions of handmade cigars. Tampa Bay's port is the largest in Florida, handling shipping that contributes over $15 billion in economic impact annually. The city's name first appeared as Tampa in the memoirs of Hernando de Escalante Fontaneda, referring to a Calusa town near modern Tampa Bay. Tampa combines maritime industry, tourism, and cultural heritage, reflecting its historic roots as a trading and immigrant hub on Florida's Gulf Coast. A powerful hurricane in the 1830s cut Narrow's Cut, separating Virginia Key from the mainland and creating the island as it exists today. Spanish explorers noted barrier islands near modern Virginia Key, but the inlets shifted over decades due to storms and tidal changes. Surveyor Frederick H. Gerdes officially recorded the name Virginia Key in 1849, describing its beaches and dense mangrove coverage. In the 20th century, Virginia Key became home to Virginia Key Beach Park, one of the first public beaches for African American residents in Miami. Federal and state agencies, including NOAA and the National Marine Fisheries Service, maintain offices on Virginia Key to study marine ecosystems. Virginia Key preserves its historical landmarks and natural shoreline, demonstrating the island's long-term adaptation to hurricane and human use. During the War of 1812, British forces bombarded Fort McHenry in Baltimore, inspiring Francis Scott Key to write the poem that later became the national anthem. Before European settlement, Paleo-Indians and Susquehannock people hunted in the lands that would become Baltimore. The port of Baltimore opened in 1706 to trade tobacco with Europe, establishing the city as an early commercial hub. In 1729, the town was officially founded, drawing merchants, shipbuilders, and settlers from surrounding regions. During the Revolutionary War, the Continental Congress temporarily relocated to Baltimore, giving it a brief role as the nation's capital. In 1861, the Pratt Street riot marked one of the earliest violent incidents in the Civil War within the city. Its name honors Cecil Calvert, 2nd Baron Baltimore, derived from an Irish phrase meaning "town of the big house." The city contains more public monuments per resident than any other in the United States, reflecting its historical importance. Over 65,000 buildings are listed in the National Register of Historic Places, preserving centuries of architecture in Baltimore. Murrells Inlet is a small area in South Carolina, just south of Myrtle Beach. People have lived here for thousands of years, and archaeologists have found shell mounds and artifacts from the Waccamaw people. English settlers arrived in the 1700s and set up large plantations along the rivers and creeks. Captain John Murrell owned land here, growing indigo and passing his property to his children. Later, rice became the main crop, and the planters became important in local politics and society. The Civil War and several hurricanes, including the Big Flag Flood of 1893, ended rice farming in the area. In the 1900s, new owners transformed the old plantations, including Brook Green, which became a place for outdoor art. Before modern roads, people used the Waccamaw River, the ocean, and rough paths like King's Road to travel and move goods. Today, Murrells Inlet mixes rivers, history, and beautiful land, showing stories of the past in a peaceful setting. Siesta Key is a barrier island along Florida's southwest coast, stretching between Roberts Bay and the Gulf of Mexico. In the early 1900s, the Siesta Land Company attempted the first developments, dredging bayous and building docks to make the island accessible. At that time, the area was also called Little Sarasota Key, and Sarasota Key, reflecting its evolving identity. Before bridges were built, residents and visitors could only reach the island by boat or ferry. The first bridge connecting Siesta Key to the mainland was completed in 1917, later replaced in 1927 with an additional southern bridge. By 1952, the entire area officially adopted the name Siesta Key. The island has long been known for its white sandy beaches and calm waters, attracting tourists from across the state. Its location between a bay and the Gulf shaped both its natural ecosystem and its development patterns. Siesta Key continues to face natural challenges, including hurricanes that occasionally strike the island. A city that began as a military fort became a gateway to Florida's southwest coast. This is Fort Myers. The fort, named after Colonel Abraham Myers, served as a protective post during the Seminole Wars. The city developed around this fort, using its location near the Caloosahatchee River to support trade and settlement. In the early 20th century, the winter estates of Thomas Edison and Henry Ford brought international attention and tourism to Fort Myers. The region's humid subtropical climate produces heavy summer thunderstorms, influencing how the city and its surroundings developed. The river and nearby waterways historically connected Fort Myers to broader trade networks in Florida. African American and Latin American communities helped shape the cultural and economic landscape of the city over time. Fort Myers serves as the entry point to Southwest Florida, providing access to beaches, rivers, and nearby natural preserves. Daytona Beach is a coastal city in Florida, located on the East Coast and part of the Fun Coast region. Long before European settlers arrived, the area was home to the freshwater Timucua and Suruque peoples. During British and Spanish rule, the land was used for plantations, growing crops like cotton, rice, and sugarcane. The original Orange Grove plantation later became the center of the town, which was named Daytona in honor of Matthias Day Jr. In the late 1800s, the Florida East Coast Railway connected Daytona to other cities, helping the town grow quickly. By the 1920s, Daytona Beach earned the nickname the world's most famous beach because of its wide, smooth sand. Cars and motorcycles began racing on the packed beach as early as 1902, attracting drivers testing new speed records. In 1958, NASCAR replaced the beach course with the Daytona International Speedway, making the city the headquarters of stock car racing. Everglades is actually a slow-moving river, 60 miles wide, that flows across southern Florida. This vast wetland starts near Orlando with the Kissimmee River and stretches all the way to Florida Bay. The Everglades has a mix of flooded grasslands, marshes, and limestone shelves that create a unique ecosystem. People have lived in the area for over 15,000 years, including the Calusa, Tequesta, and later the Seminole tribes. In the 20th century, canals and farmland transformed about half of the original Everglades into cities and sugarcane fields. Environmental damage led to major conservation efforts starting in the 1970s, with the Everglades recognized as a wetland of global importance. The Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan, approved in 2000, aims to restore water flow and improve the ecosystem. Geologically, Florida's limestone bedrock and tropical climate make the Everglades a rare and fragile landscape. The Everglades remains one of the most unique and sparsely populated areas in the United States, full of wildlife and natural wonders. Did you know Fort DeSoto Park is home to over 328 species of birds, making it a paradise for wildlife lovers? The park stretches across several islands and features mangroves, coastal hammocks, and beaches that protect both nesting and migratory birds. Endangered loggerhead sea turtles also use the beaches here to lay their eggs each year. The area was originally inhabited by the Tocobaga Native Americans, who lived off the rich seafood from the Gulf of Mexico. Spanish explorers like Panfilo de Narvaez and Hernando de Soto visited the islands in the 16th century, leaving a mark on history. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, the U.S. Army built Fort DeSoto with artillery batteries to defend Tampa Bay, making the islands a key military site. With pristine beaches, hiking trails, wildlife, and history all in one place, Fort DeSoto Park is a perfect destination for adventure and learning alike. Imagine walking across mountains that display every color of the rainbow, formed millions of years ago by volcanic activity. Landmannalaugar is located in Iceland's highlands and is framed by a vast lava field created in a historic eruption. The rhyolite mountains in the area contain minerals that produce red, pink, green and gold hues visible from hiking trails. Natural geothermal hot springs bubble throughout the region, providing warm bathing spots in a rugged volcanic landscape. The Logavagur Trail begins near this location and guides hikers through multi-day treks across contrasting terrain. Blahailur Lake, formed in a volcanic crater, sits near hiking routes and adds reflective surfaces to the colorful scenery. The lava field surrounding the mountains is uneven and jagged, a result of centuries of cooled magma flows. Volcanic activity shaped not only the mountains but also the valleys and ridges, creating a patchwork of geological features. Landmannalaugar remains a showcase of Icelandic highland geology, offering rare views of mineral-rich mountains and active geothermal areas. Svartifoss is a waterfall in Vatnajökull National Park, renowned for its dark basalt columns. The water cascades 20 meters over cliffs, forming a striking contrast against the black hexagonal rock formations. These basalt columns were created when lava cooled slowly, allowing fractures to develop regular geometric patterns. Horizontal grooves on the columns record different stages of cooling and contraction in the solidifying lava. Circular rings and radial markings appear on some surfaces, indicating late-stage crystallization of the rock. The base of the waterfall contains sharp fractured stones that break off faster than water erosion smooths them. Svartifoss served as inspiration for architectural designs, including Iceland's most iconic church and the National Theatre. The surrounding plateau is composed of similar lava flows, showing a consistent process of volcanic solidification across the area. Visitors can reach the waterfall via a short trail that offers clear views of the column formations and cascading water. Did you know the last major slave revolt in Jamaica erupted in the area around Montego Bay? Montego Bay served as a central sugarcane port during the British colonial period, making it a key economic hub on the island. The Christmas Rebellion, also called the Baptist War, took place here between 1831 and 1832, involving widespread uprising on local plantations. Samuel Sharp, a leader of the revolt, was executed in Montego Bay and later honored as a national hero of Jamaica in 1975. After emancipation in 1834, Montego Bay's sugar industry declined, prompting a shift toward banana and coffee exports. The town was originally named during the Spanish period and later reorganized under British governance as part of St. James Parish. Montego Bay regained city status in 1980, although it remains administratively part of St. James. Many colonial-era buildings, including former courthouses and plantation houses, still stand alongside modern resorts and infrastructure. Montego Bay is a mix of historical sites, port facilities, and luxury tourism, preserving both its cultural heritage and economic relevance. This is where the Caribbean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean, creating beaches with contrasting shades of blue. Punta Cana's coastline stretches over 100 kilometers, offering calm natural pools and shallow waters perfect for swimming. Gentle trade winds flow along the coast, keeping temperatures moderate even during the hottest months of summer. From May to October, daytime highs can reach 35 degrees Celsius, while evenings remain warm and comfortable. Rainfall is concentrated in short, heavy bursts during the wet season, nourishing the lush coastal vegetation. From November to March, cooler evenings around 20 degrees provide ideal conditions for outdoor exploration. Coral reefs protect the beaches from erosion and create habitats for colorful fish, attracting snorkelers. Small bays along the shoreline form safe areas for boating, paddleboarding, and other water activities. The combination of warm waters, abundant sunlight, and mild winds makes Punta Cana a year-round tropical destination. Las Romana began in 1897 as a small oil processing town along the Bomana River, which gave it its early name. The introduction of a sugar mill in 1917 transformed the city, attracting workers from across the Caribbean. By the 1960s, Gulf and Western industries invested heavily in housing, schools, and medical facilities for laborers. The development of infrastructure allowed La Romana to grow rapidly while supporting the sugar and livestock industries. As tourism expanded in the 1970s, the city diversified into luxury resorts and recreational areas for visitors. Local rivers and ports facilitated the export of sugar, livestock products, and later tourism services. Cultural traditions and community events developed alongside economic growth, adding depth to the city's identity. Today, La Romana balances its industrial history with modern attractions like golf resorts and marina facilities. Aveiro Beach stretches for 48 kilometers, lined with soft white sand and protected by natural coral reefs. These reefs create calm, crystal-clear waters, perfect for swimming, snorkeling, and observing tropical fish. The surrounding mangroves and ecological reserves support diverse wildlife and offer scenic nature tours. Water sports are abundant, from kayaking and paddleboarding to parasailing and guided boat excursions. All-inclusive resorts along the beachfront provide convenient access to dining, entertainment, and local excursions. Cultural activities such as dance classes and workshops allow visitors to engage with the Dominican lifestyle. The dry season, from December to April, offers sunny skies and ideal conditions for outdoor adventures. Lifeguards and beach patrols ensure safety, letting travelers focus on relaxation and recreation. County Donegal is the northernmost county of Ireland, located in the province of Ulster. It mostly borders Northern Ireland, with only a small connection to the rest of the Republic of Ireland. The county is named after Donegal town in the south and was historically known as Tir Chonile, or County Tyrconnell. Donegal was once ruled by the powerful O'Donnell dynasty, who controlled the region from the 13th to the early 17th century. The O'Donnell kings were based at Donegal Castle, and their royal power ended after the flight of the earls in 1607. Modern County Donegal was formed in 1585 by merging the old kingdom of Tir Chonile with the lordship of Inishowen. The county suffered greatly during the Great Famine of the 1840s, causing mass immigration and long-lasting depopulation. Donegal's rugged landscape made it a strategic location during the Irish Civil War, as guerrilla forces used areas like Dunluath for hiding and operations. Even through the 20th century, partition and political conflict left a lasting mark on the county, but its historic sites preserve the legacy of the O'Donnells. Rising from the Atlantic, the Cliffs of Moher are one of Ireland's most dramatic natural landmarks. The cliffs span 14 kilometers and reach heights of 214 meters at their tallest point, creating breathtaking vistas. The name comes from Moher, an old fort that once protected the southernmost point at Hag's Head. O'Brien's Tower, built in 1835, remains a historical observation point overlooking the cliffs and ocean. A walking trail stretches along the edge, offering uninterrupted views of steep rock faces and the crashing waves below. The cliffs support colonies of seabirds, including puffins and guillemots, visible from strategic viewpoints. Geological formations at the cliff base reveal layers of sandstone and shale sculpted by centuries of erosion. The cliffs are part of the UNESCO-recognized Burren and Cliffs of Moher Geopark, emphasizing their ecological and geological importance. Approximately 1.5 million visitors each year come to witness the cliff's sheer scale and the Atlantic panorama that stretches as far as the eye can see. Over 3,000 years ago, civilization settled where Lisbon now stands. Archaeological evidence shows that Phoenicians were among the first to establish trade posts here around 1000 BC. Later, the Greeks and Romans arrived, influencing the city's streets, architecture, and harbor development. Julius Caesar officially named it Felicitas Julia, recognizing its importance as a Roman municipium. After the Roman Empire fell, the Visigoths ruled Lisbon before the Moors captured it in the 8th century. In 1147, King Afonso Henriques took the city back from the Moors, and it became Portugal's permanent capital by 1255. Today, Lisbon's historic neighborhoods like Alfama still show medieval streets and Moorish influences. The city sits on the northern shore of the Tagus River, and its location on the Atlantic coast has made it a key center for trade, culture, and exploration throughout history. Did you know that Porto, a city over 2,000 years old, has just been recognized as the world's leading seaside metropolitan destination in 2024? Nestled along the sparkling Douro River in northern Portugal, Porto is one of the oldest cities in Europe. Its historic center, with the iconic Luís Fonte Bridge and the monastery of Serra do Pilar, has even been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Walking through its streets feels like stepping back in time, where Roman, Celtic, and Portuguese influences blend seamlessly. Porto may be smaller than Lisbon, but its charm, culture, and breathtaking views make it unforgettable. From the lively riverfront to the cozy, colorful neighborhoods, every corner of Porto tells a story waiting to be discovered. With its ancient buildings and stunning views of the Atlantic Ocean, Porto is a city that makes everyone feel like they've stepped into a living postcard. Over 2,000 years ago, people first settled where Faro stands today, calling it Osinoba. By the 4th century BC, it was already a busy port, trading fish, salt, and minerals with other Mediterranean cities. The Romans ruled the city for centuries, building walls and streets that still shape Faro's old town today. Later, the Byzantines and Visigoths added towers and fortifications, leaving traces that visitors can still see. In 713 AD, the Moors arrived, turning the city into a lively fortress with markets, gardens, and new ideas. By the 10th century, Faro even became the capital of a small Moorish princedom, protected by strong city walls. The Jewish community in Faro made history by printing the first book in Portugal in 1487, a Hebrew Pentateuch. Over the years, earthquakes, tsunamis, and attacks could not destroy Faro, thanks to the protective sandy banks of the Ria Formosa lagoon. Nestled on the rugged Estoril coast, Cascais started as a humble fishing village, its name meaning a mountain of shells. In the late 1800s, King Louis I chose Cascais as his summer residence, turning the quiet village into a cosmopolitan destination. Elegant 19th-century mansions and cobblestone streets still line the town, showing the charm of its noble past. Cascais was the first town in Portugal to have electric lights in 1878, a sign of its early modernization and royal influence. The coastline is dramatic, with rocky cliffs, hidden coves, and waves from the Atlantic Ocean shaping its natural beauty. The town hosts sailing regattas, surfing competitions, and cultural events, keeping its maritime and festive traditions alive. During World War II, many exiled European royals found refuge here, leaving stories preserved at the Exiles Memorial Center. Cascais is a mix of history, luxury, and seaside leisure, offering both cultural landmarks and beautiful beaches for visitors. Lagos is a town where the Atlantic Ocean meets centuries of adventure and discovery. Long before modern tourism, ancient Celts and Romans lived here, leaving traces that still whisper their stories. In the 1400s, Prince Henry the Navigator used Lagos as a base to explore Africa, sending ships into the unknown. The town was also the site of Europe's first slave market, a reminder of a darker chapter in history. Old fortresses, like Ponta de Bandeira, still stand to protect the harbor and tell tales of pirate attacks and naval battles. The 1755 earthquake reshaped Lagos, but the town rebuilt itself with charming squares, colorful streets, and royal residences. The harbor is lively, with boats, cafes, and markets mixing local life with summer visitors from all over the world. A crown buried by a hero. That's exactly the legend that gave A Coruña its name. Long ago, Hercules is said to have defeated the giant tyrant Geryon after 3 days of relentless battle. After 3 days and nights of relentless battle, he buried Geryon's head, his weapons, and the symbolic crown on the rocky promontory where the city now stands. This act was meant to honor the hero's triumph and mark the beginning of a new settlement. Over time, a city grew atop this very site, believed to honor Hercules' triumph. The lighthouse there, standing tall for centuries, symbolizes that legendary burial, appearing even in the city's coat of arms. Some historians trace the city's name to the Greek word for crown, linking myth with etymology. Others see echoes of ancient Latin and Cluniac influences in the region's recorded history. Today, the story lingers in every corner, blending myth with centuries of human settlement. This is Vigo, a city shaped by centuries of conflict along the Atlantic shore. In the 16th and 17th centuries, Francis Drake raided Vigo twice, burning buildings and gathering supplies. The city's strategic location forced the construction of fortified walls in 1656, some of which survive today. Vigo also witnessed the dramatic Battle of Vigo Bay in 1702, leaving a lasting mark on European naval history. During the Napoleonic era, French forces briefly occupied the city, but Vigo became the first European city to be freed from French rule in 1809. By the mid-20th century, Vigo transformed into a bustling trade hub, thanks to its free trade zone designation in 1947. Through invasions, battles, and economic evolution, the city maintained its identity and resilience. Walking through Vigo today, one senses the layers of struggle, triumph, and enduring spirit along every street and shoreline. Santander, perched on Spain's northern coast, traces its roots back to Roman times as Portus Victoriae Iuliobrigensium in 26 BCE. Over centuries, the city evolved from a small harbor into an official city recognized in 1755. Its location between the Cantabrian Sea and verdant mountains made it a key point for trade and naval activity. Merchants, sailors, and explorers once navigated these waters, linking Santander to far-off lands across Europe. The city's economy thrived on shipping, commerce, and eventually banking, becoming home to the multinational Banco Santander. Even today, the port remains vital, hosting ferries that connect Spain to the United Kingdom. Santander's history is visible in its architecture, blending classical buildings with modern cultural centers. Once an industrial hub struggling under heavy smog, Bilbao has reinvented itself into a shining example of urban renewal. Founded in the late 13th century, the city's port and trade in wool and iron made it a commercial powerhouse of the Crown of Castile. By the 19th century, Bilbao became one of Spain's most industrialized regions, attracting workers and growing rapidly. However, the decline of traditional industries left the city in need of revitalization by the late 20th century. Iconic projects like the Guggenheim Museum transformed Bilbao into a global cultural destination. Did you know Cadiz is considered one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Western Europe? Its roots stretch back more than 3,000 years, founded by Phoenician traders who saw this narrow peninsula as a perfect gateway to the Atlantic. Over centuries, empires came and went, leaving layers of Roman, Moorish, and Spanish influence in the streets and plazas. The city walls that remain today were built to protect Cadiz from pirate raids and foreign invasions. By the 18th century, Cadiz dominated trade with the Americas, a status that shaped its wealth and architectural grandeur. Narrow, winding alleys connect squares where generations of Gaditanos have lived, traded, and celebrated festivals. Even today, archaeologists continue to uncover relics of its past beneath the streets, each discovery rewriting a piece of history. Cadiz isn't just a city on a map. It's a living chronicle of civilizations that have thrived on the edge of the Atlantic. Huelva is thought to have been first settled around 1250 BCE, with evidence of early pre-Phoenician communities. Phoenicians established a permanent colony in the 9th century BCE, naming it Unu Baal, meaning Baal's fort. the settlement became a hub for trade in silver, copper, salted fish, and purple dye across the Atlantic and Mediterranean. Archaeological excavations at Méndez Núñez Las Monjas have uncovered Phoenician pottery, inscriptions, and tools dating back to this period. During Roman rule, the city minted its own silver coins, highlighting its economic importance. In the early Middle Ages, the city fell under Islamic rule and was known as Walba, integrating into the broader Umayyad Caliphate. Christian conquest in the 13th century transferred control to Castile, with Huelva becoming a royal domain and later a lordship. Mining and fishing became central to the city's economy in the 16th and 17th centuries, connecting Huelva to international trade networks. Huelva preserves Roman ruins and Phoenician artifacts, offering insight into its role as an early Atlantic trade center. The Nantes sits where the Loire and Erdre rivers meet, a city shaped by water and centuries of history. Its name comes from the Namnetes, an ancient Gallic tribe who settled here over 2,000 years ago. During Roman times, it became Condovincum, a bustling port that connected the region to the wider empire. By the 15th century, Nantes was the primary residence of the Dukes of Brittany, earning it the nickname City of the Dukes. In the 17th and 18th centuries, it grew into France's largest Atlantic port, playing a major role in trade and, unfortunately, the slave trade. The French Revolution and industrial changes reshaped the city, bringing shipbuilding, food processing, and later a modern service economy. Nantes is recognized as a Gamma World City, praised for its green spaces, clean air, and high quality of life. From its ancient origin to its vibrant present, Nantes is a place where rivers, history, and creativity flow together. Where the Atlantic waves crash against ancient stone quays, La Rochelle tells a story of trade, knights, and the sea. Its origins go back to the Gallo-Roman era, with salt marshes and villas marking early settlements. By 1130, the Dukes of Aquitaine made it a free port, opening the city to merchants and explorers alike. In the 12th century, knights and traders turned La Rochelle into the largest Atlantic port of its time. The city earned the name d'Or Océan, thanks to its 3 harbors for fishing, trade, and yachting. Historic towers, like Saint Nicolas, still guard the waterfront, reminders of medieval maritime power. In 1988, a bridge connected La Rochelle to Ile de Ré, linking islands and mainland while keeping its charm. It thrives as a hub for industry, administration, universities, and tourism along the Atlantic coast. Bordeaux is called the Sleeping Beauty of France, famous for its wine and elegant streets. The Garonne River flows through the city, connecting its historic port with the Atlantic Ocean. Vineyards and chateaux stretch across the Gironde Hills, producing some of the world's finest wines. Every year, Vinexpo turns Bordeaux into a global meeting point for wine enthusiasts and experts. The city is full of architectural treasures, from 18th century squares to Gothic cathedrals and contemporary museums. Bordeaux has also become a hub for aeronautics, technology, and university research, blending tradition with innovation. With more than 360 historic monuments, it preserves centuries of French culture and European history. Cafes, markets, and riverfront promenades give the city a lively modern energy, alongside its historic charm. From wine country to high-tech labs, Bordeaux offers a mix of elegance, culture, and discovery unlike anywhere else. Oslo, Norway's capital, rises where Viking traders once navigated fjords and rivers. Founded around 1040 as Anslo, it became a trading hub under Harold Hardrada by 1048. By 1300, Oslo was Norway's capital, with a bishopric and royal influence shaping its early history. A devastating fire in 1624 forced the city to rebuild near Akershus fortress, and it was renamed Christiania. It wasn't until 1925 that the city reclaimed the name Oslo, merging with nearby Aker to form the modern municipality. Today, Oslo is Norway's economic and governmental heart, thriving in trade, shipping, and maritime industries. The city ranks high for quality of life, with green spaces, modern infrastructure, and a vibrant cultural scene. Oslo's population is growing rapidly, enriched by international communities and a dynamic, diverse workforce. With its Viking past and modern innovation, Oslo is a vibrant cosmopolitan capital on the edge of stunning fjords. Bergen was once the beating heart of trade in Northern Europe, centuries before modern globalization. Founded in 1070 as Bjørgvin, it became Norway's capital in the 13th century, a hub for kings and merchants alike. The city joined the Hanseatic League, connecting the North Sea to distant ports and shaping commerce for generations. Its historic quays, Bryggen, survived fires and time, now preserved as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bergen's mountains cradle the city, giving it the nickname the City of Seven Mountains and a dramatic skyline. Maritime industries, from aquaculture to shipping, continue to define its economy even today. Bergen Port welcomes hundreds of cruise ships annually, making it one of the busiest harbors in Norway. Visitors can witness centuries of trade, culture, and natural beauty converging where fjord meets mountain. Stavanger earned its modern fame through oil, transforming from a small cathedral town into a global energy hub. The city officially dates back to 1125, marked by the completion of Stavanger Cathedral, which still stands today. Historic wooden houses from the 18th and 19th centuries give the city a distinctive small-town charm within a bustling metropolitan area. Equinor, Norway's largest energy company, calls Stavanger home, drawing talent and investment from around the world. NATO's Joint Warfare Center and other international offices contribute to a vibrant multicultural community. Despite global connections, Stavanger maintains a high quality of life, with one of Europe's lowest unemployment rates. The mild maritime climate keeps winters above freezing, even at 59 degrees north latitude, making it surprisingly temperate. Cultural festivals, museums, and modern art centers sit alongside oil industry landmarks, blending past and present. Luanda was founded in 1576 by Portuguese explorers, making it one of Africa's oldest colonial cities. Its port became a major hub of the transatlantic slave trade, linking Angola to Brazil for centuries. The city grew rapidly during colonial times, shaping architecture, culture, and urban life along the Atlantic coast. In 1975, the Angolan Civil War triggered a mass exodus of Portuguese settlers and a surge of internal refugees. Museques, or informal neighborhoods, expanded as the city struggled to accommodate the growing population. Over recent decades, Luanda has undergone extensive reconstruction, transforming its skyline with modern developments. Industries such as oil refining, manufacturing, and agriculture anchor the city as Angola's economic heart. Despite rapid growth, Luanda remains culturally vibrant, with music, art, and traditions reflecting a rich blend of ethnic groups. It stands as both the most populous Portuguese-speaking capital and a symbol of resilience on Africa's Atlantic coast. Ogunquit began as a small fishing village along the tidal Ogunquit River in the 17th century. Shipbuilders crafted schooners, brigs, and dories, supporting a local economy tied closely to the Atlantic. Fishermen dug a channel to create a safe harbor, now known as Perkins Cove, which became central to the town's identity. Its sandy beach and dunes form a natural barrier peninsula, connecting the village to the mainland by a bridge built in 1888. Artists discovered Ogunquit at the turn of the 20th century, establishing the Ogunquit Art Colony in 1898. The town's scenic trail, Marginal Way, offers dramatic coastal views from Perkins Cove to Ogunquit Beach. Hotels, inns, and galleries emerged to accommodate summer visitors seeking both natural beauty and creative inspiration. Ogunquit is recognized as one of America's best coastal small towns, attracting tourists worldwide. Penobscot Bay has been home to the Penobscot Indian Nation for over 10,000 years. The Penobscot people relied on its waters for fishing, hunting, and shellfish gathering long before European settlers arrived. Archaeological evidence along Penobscot Bay reveals ancient seasonal settlements and trade routes across its islands. Its geography provided natural harbor and safe channels that shaped early transportation and community life. During the Revolutionary War, Penobscot Bay was the site of a devastating naval defeat for American forces. The river systems feeding the bay connected inland communities to the Atlantic, facilitating commerce and travel. Maritime industries along Penobscot Bay continue centuries-old traditions in fishing and boat building. Seasonal settlements on the bay's islands reflect the ongoing human connection to its natural resources. Founded in 1565, St. Augustine marks the beginning of continuous European settlement in the continental United States. Its harbor provided strategic access for trade, military defense, and communication along the Atlantic coast. Spanish governance shaped the city for over 2 centuries, leaving behind forts, administrative buildings, and churches. Later periods under British and American control added layers of political and architectural influence. Military forts still stand, showcasing 17th century construction techniques and defensive planning. Cobblestone streets and preserved structures reveal urban design principles from colonial times. The city played a key role in territorial disputes, serving as a center of administration and governance. Historic sites attract scholars and tourists alike, preserving records of early European interaction with the Americas. St. Augustine offers a concentrated view of colonial history, revealing centuries of strategic, cultural, and economic significance. The Atlantic stretches endlessly, its waves shimmering under the golden sun. Each ripple tells a story of distant lands, hidden adventures and mysteries waiting to be discovered. From quiet coves to roaring surf, the ocean invites you to pause, breathe, and simply be present. Sailboats drift lazily, as if floating through time itself, and the horizon seems to promise more than words can capture. Every sunset here paints the sky in colors that feel almost unreal, leaving a memory that lingers long after the waves fade. The Atlantic is not just water, it's a living, breathing world that teaches patience, wonder, and awe. Thank you for joining this adventure, and see you on the next stop.